Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking into one of the most dramatic and intense developments in the Middle East in recent years. A moment that has shaken regional politics, military balances, and global attention all at once. Iran has launched a massive strike on Israel, with one of the most shocking reports pointing to Jerusalem prison being hit. This strike is not just an isolated military action, it is a full-scale demonstration of power, capability, intent, and messaging. And when we analyze it from every angle, it resembles a detailed breakdown of a high-performance system being tested under extreme conditions. From the exterior impression of the attack to the interior design of its planning, the performance shown in the battlefield, the safety features that were tested, the unique selling points of why this particular strike stood out, the cost and price of the escalation, and finally the conclusion of what this moment means for the future, every element deserves careful review and analysis in depth. The exterior of this strike is the first layer that the world witnessed. From the moment the missiles were launched and drones began flying towards their targets, the visuals were striking. Iran wanted the world to see the boldness and audacity of this move. On the surface, the exterior was loud, violent, and theatrical, almost like a heavy machine being rolled out onto a battlefield to show its intimidating presence. The outside image was carefully designed, salvos of rockets lighting up the night skies, advanced drones evading radars, and the deep symbolism of Jerusalem being placed in the line of fire. This exterior tells us Iran is no longer content to remain in the shadows through proxies or indirect confrontations. Instead, it wants the world to see its arsenal, its range, and its willingness to use these capabilities in the most politically sensitive locations. The exterior is not just about hardware, it is also about psychological warfare. When citizens in Israel see explosions in their skies, when prisons and security facilities are struck, the exterior effect is one of shock and fear, and when leaders across the world view the footage, they interpret it as a challenge to the established order. Inside the strike, the interior design of the operation reveals an entirely different level of sophistication. This was not an impulsive move. Reports and analysis suggest that Iran spent months, if not years, preparing its internal mechanisms to deliver such a coordinated and effective strike. At the core of the operation was intelligence gathering, satellite surveillance, human intelligence, and coordination with regional allies to identify vulnerabilities. The interior reflects how Iran's command and control system synchronized missile units, drone operators, and electronic warfare elements to maximize efficiency. While the exterior was all about the show, the interior was quiet and meticulous, the hidden engine of the operation. Timing, sequencing, and layering of the attack all speak to the careful design of the interior. Unlike earlier confrontations where random rockets were fired from proxy groups, this time Iran itself demonstrated that its interior systems have matured. It is almost like the difference between a raw prototype and a fully tuned engine. The interior makes the whole machine run smoothly, even when exposed to pressure. When we analyze performance, the picture becomes even clearer. Performance is about results, about what the strike achieved compared to what it was intended to achieve. And here, Iran delivered a message of extraordinary power. Missiles reached deep into Israeli territory, drones overwhelmed defensive radars, and the symbolic strike on Jerusalem prison demonstrated accuracy that cannot be dismissed. The performance was not just in reaching targets, but in doing so in a way that tested Israel's advanced Iron Dome and multi-layered defense systems. The Iron Dome is known as one of the most reliable defensive technologies in the world, but the sheer volume and coordination of this strike pushed its limits. Many missiles were intercepted, but not all. That is the performance Iran wanted to show: the ability to saturate, overwhelm, and still strike critical targets, even against the best defenses in existence. From a military perspective, this is performance under extreme conditions, proving endurance, speed, accuracy, and coordination all in one. It is a leap from sporadic fire to a sustained demonstration of capability. For Israel, the performance was a wake-up call. For Iran, it was proof of years of investment paying off. Safety features in this situation work differently, depending on which side you are observing. For Iran, the safety feature is deterrence, being able to strike so hard that adversaries think twice before escalating further. Safety in this sense is the shield created by a powerful sword. By showing that it can target Jerusalem directly, Iran is saying that its safety lies in making Israel and its allies fear retaliation. For Israel, the safety features were its air defense systems, Iron Dome, David Sling, Arrow missiles, and other layers of interception technology. These defenses acted like airbags in a high-speed collision, protecting against what could have been catastrophic damage. Yet, as with airbags in a crash, they cannot eliminate injury completely. The system was pushed to its limits, and while it prevented greater disaster, it showed that no safety feature is perfect when stressed beyond design. Civilian populations bore the brunt of this weakness, with shelters activated, alarms ringing, and the psychological weight of living under direct strike. Safety features on both sides worked, but they also revealed limits, vulnerabilities, and the ever-present risk of escalation that no technology can fully remove. The unique selling points of this strike set it apart from previous conflicts. What makes this event different is not simply the missiles or drones, but the symbolism and timing. The strike on Jerusalem's prison was more than a physical hit, it was a statement. That prison is not only a place of detention, it carries weight in Israeli politics and society. By targeting it, Iran was making a point about control, about pressure points, and about striking symbols of authority, rather than just infrastructure. Another unique selling point is Iran's willingness to act openly, rather than through proxies. For decades, Iran has relied on Hezbollah, Houthis, or other regional groups to carry out strikes, giving it deniability. But now, by launching a direct assault, Iran has stepped into a new stage of boldness. This differentiates the strike from countless previous skirmishes. Finally, the coordination and scale of the strike make it stand out. It was not just about causing damage, it was about rewriting the perception of Iran's reach and capability. The unique selling points are therefore psychological, political, and strategic as much as they are military. When we think about price, the calculation is staggering and multi-layered. For Iran, the financial cost of producing and deploying such a large arsenal of missiles and drones is immense. Each weapon represents years of research, production, and logistics. But beyond the financial aspect, the political cost may be even higher. By striking Israel directly, Iran risks retaliation not only from Israel, but from the United States and other allies. The price could come in the form of sanctions, isolation, or even military escalation. For Israel, the immediate cost is damage to infrastructure, the economic hit of mobilizing emergency responses, and the long-term drain of maintaining heightened security readiness. The psychological toll on its population, the fear and anxiety, and the pressure on leadership to respond, are also part of the price. And on a broader scale, the global community pays a price as well: rising oil prices, destabilization in markets, and the risk of regional wars spreading beyond borders. Price in this context is not just money, it is human lives, political capital, and the fragile stability of an entire region. In conclusion, Iran's massive strike on Israel, and particularly the targeting of Jerusalem prison, is a turning point in Middle Eastern geopolitics. When we view it through the lens of exterior show, interior design, battlefield performance, safety features tested, unique selling points highlighted, and the heavy price paid, it becomes clear that this event is not just another episode in the long conflict between Iran and Israel. It is a bold statement of capability and intent that changes calculations for both sides. The exterior shocked the world with its dramatic visuals, the interior revealed careful planning and coordination, the performance proved effectiveness under stress, the safety features showed both strengths and vulnerabilities, the unique selling points redefined Iran's strategic posture, and the price underscored the immense risks now in play. What happens next remains uncertain, but one thing is undeniable: this strike has shifted the ground beneath the Middle East, sending ripples far beyond the region, and it will shape military, political, and diplomatic strategies for years to come.